right, so today I want to talk about lighting and what I've used for lights in the past in my garage, because I was looking for something that was good enough and really according to Matt from Obsessed Garage, most of the LED lights don't have the right color spectrums. So I just looked for, what I could do inexpensively that would be good enough and would work. So as you can see, I'm using the Braun Harbor Freight lights. So when I first set everything up, I used these 5,000 lumen single bulb units. They regularly go on sale for about 20, 25 bucks. And honestly, they've worked really well. I mean, you can see 3 lights over here in this bay, and they light up the bay pretty well. Makes it able to be detailed in, look for swirls and scratches and things like that. So what I wanted to do was add some more lights to this side because I only had 3 lights here. So what I was looking to do was add some near the front and maybe double up the sides, just kind of make it a little bit better. So today I went to Harbor Freight and they still have these 5,000 lumen single bulb units. They're on closeout, and it seems like they're a discontinued product. So whatever your store inventory has is all they have. But now they make a new unit that's 5,500 lumens, and it's a double bulb unit. And it's linkable, meaning my old lights, which look like this, have a chain on one side, on the other they're just blank, and all they do is hang up, and that's pretty much it. Very simple. So you need to individually plug them in or hardwire them into a junction box or something along those lines. These new lights are linkable, which means that they have an outlet on the end of them. You can see right there. And you can actually plug one light into another. So you can link up to 8 lights according to Harbor Freight, which, if you do the math on that, 8 lights is like 4 amps. So I don't know why they're limiting it to 8 lights, but that's what they chose. So my plan here is, because I have an outlet in the ceiling for a light there, I took down the single light that was there and I put a double up. And then I'm going to link another light there, link another light there. I'm going to move this light that way, or maybe just run the cord for the 3rd light over there. So in the end, I will have 3 additional lights, one in line with this one straight across the front of the garage door, and one in line with this one here. All right, so we have one of the lights unpacked here. So they come wrapped in bubble wrap. They're packed fairly well. There's this little accessory bag that comes with it, a bunch of different things in there. So it looks like there are 2 chains that have these J-shaped hooks on the end, both ends. They have these, which it looks like are intended to, screw into the studs in the ceiling. They give you some drywall expanders. I personally wouldn't want to screw them in using drywall expanders and worried about, having a light fall down and land on your car. So in my case, I'll be mounting them directly into 2x4s. So on the back side of the light, the way that these hooks are designed to hook is they just kind of go in this loop and they come up. And then, I've been kind of just crimping those shut with a pair of pliers. Previously on the other lights, there were actually these threaded units in the back. And you just stick the S hook through the hole, and then I was kind of crimping those shut as well. Again, worried about one of them falling on my car if they get bumped by something or something along those lines. All right, so you can see that I attached the chain and kind of crimped those loops shut just so they can't come off. One of the things I did do was I shortened the chain. I'm using 8 links, which gets me this you know, about 8 inches off of the ceiling, 6 inches off the ceiling, something along those lines, just to kind of keep them up and out of the way. Instead of using their threaded hooks and the these J hooks on top of that, I'm opting to use like these mountable zip ties, making a loop, kind of cutting off the tail there, and then I'll screw them with drywall screws directly into the 2x4 where I'm going to be mounting them. All right, so with both of my mounts created, I will plug this in here and pull the cord, make sure they light up. This one does. And then I'm also opting to shorten this gold chain a little bit, simply because we have a light switch that turns those receptacles that are in the ceiling on and off, so I don't really need the pull chain. Just to turn them on once and hang them, and that's really it. So now I'll get them mounted. All right, so I have my second light hung up, not too bad. Plugged it right into the end and linked them together. You know, I think they work pretty well. Everything looks really bright. So next I'm gonna focus on here and here and just get this finished out. All right, so I have the lights hung up. It's a little hard to see, but these are the new lights, the double bulbs. These are the old ones, the singles over here, and this one in the back. So first impressions, they seem fine. The linkable lights are way easier to set up than the old style where they have to be plugged in individually, and there needs to be enough receptacles to make that happen. You know, on that side of the garage, I actually had to swap a 2-gang out for a 1-gang out for a 2-gang to put a 4th receptacle there, or mount a power strip to the ceiling or something along those lines. I opted to put another receptacle in its place. You know, so I think they worked out fine. One thing that I will say is the color's different. So these ones are definitely a whiter light than these. If you look at the ground, you'll see it's kind of beige on the left and white on the right. So what I'll probably do is grab a couple more of these double light fixture units and do 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5, or just one that's centered in the back here, something along those lines to make it more consistent, at least on this side of the garage. And I could take one of these old lights and throw it over there in that bay or something along those lines to not have it go to waste. So that's really it. I mean, are these the best lights in the world? No, absolutely not. But for 35 bucks, they're pretty good. They really are. And they regularly go on sale for like $27 or $28. So if you watch the flyers, you can catch them at the right time and save some money. So that's it. I'll post the part numbers in the description. So if you have any interest, you can go to Harbor Freight and search for that. But these are the 5500 lumen 2-bulb Braun units. And these are the old style 5000 lumen 1-bulb Braun units. These are linkable, these are not. And I think the brightness is pretty good, overall. So I realized I said this last time, but my next video after this one will be an explanation of the water wall and an additional expansion tank being added. This just kind of came up and I want to get it done.